Breaking tonight, Republican candidate Carly Fiorina is under fire for what some are calling angry rhetoric about Planned Parenthood. The controversy that raged around the abortion and healthcare provider over the summer led to talk of fetuses and babies being harvested for their organs. That was the terminology. Rhetoric that some say may have contributed to triggering a man who was deeply disturbed and had some dark intentions.
Let the liberal media blame the bad guy and the enemies of Planned Parenthood first, and then attack. Don't go first, because when you go first, you make people think, like this guy, you're enjoying it, like Carly Fiorina seems to be.
It was Carly Fiorina who said falsely that Planned Parenthood was guilty of harvesting a live baby's organs. So is it this kind of rhetoric that's fueling these mentally unbalanced people to act?
The gunman is now quoted as having said almost exactly something similar to what Carly Fiorina just said.
Joining me now, Republican presidential candidate and former CEO of Hewlett-Packard, Carly Fiorina. Carly, thank you for being here tonight. So your reaction to that, I mean, among other things online, some on the left are calling you, and I quote, a psychopath because of your words about Planned Parenthood.
Well, you see, Megan, this is what the left wing does. They demonize the messenger when they cannot take the message. I haven't used hyperbolic rhetoric about Planned Parenthood. I've spoken the truth, and I will continue to speak the truth. And it's funny, but I don't recall President Obama being concerned about the rhetoric when people were chanting death to the pigs and we fry pigs like bacon. I don't recall President Obama being concerned about the tone of the rhetoric when he compared Republicans who objected to his very bad deal with Iran as the hardliners like the mullahs chanting death to America. You see, the left wing only gets concerned about rhetoric when they don't like the message, and they try to demonize the messenger.
So the question is, they seem to be focused on you in particular because of the claim you made at the CNN debate about what you said you had seen on these undercover Planned Parenthood videos. And you claimed that you had seen a baby being harvested, a live baby having its organs harvested, being kept alive so its organs should be harvested. But it wasn't actually established that that is something Planned Parenthood had done, and it wasn't clear what happened with the baby being shown in that video. So in other words, there was no proof that Planned Parenthood did what you said. That's why they're where they are with you.
No, actually, Megan, the reason they are where they are with me is because I'm Hillary Clinton's worst nightmare, because I am a conservative woman who stands up for life, because I am a conservative woman who can effectively combat the line from the left about the war on women. And of course, we also know that Planned Parenthood has now admitted, they've said, we're not going to take compensation anymore for fetal tissue, as they call it. Most common sense people would call it body parts. We won't take compensation anymore for this. So obviously, they have been doing it. And as I remind audiences all the time,
I get this. I made this point yesterday.
Why is it that a taxpayer is funding an organization
I get that. That's been something the country's been debating for a long time.
Dollars.
I get that, but the question to you,
but we haven't been debating it, Megan.
Listen, I'm just trying to get an answer to my question, which is, the reason they're taking issue with you, and you know, Donald Trump gets a lot of trouble for not walking back things he says that are not true, or that are, to be charitable to him, a mistake. So the thing they're going after with you is the suggestion that Planned Parenthood harvests organs from live babies.
No, Megan, what I said was that there were videotapes where Planned Parenthood individuals, employees, are talking about harvesting baby parts. What I also said is that there are images of fetuses that are born alive. Both of those things are demonstrably true. They are not taking issue with me because I have made false statements. They are not taking issue with me because of the videos. In fact, most of the liberal critics of me and other pro-life advocates have never watched these videos. They are taking issue because they do not like the message. And this messenger will not be silenced.
Well, one of the things that they don't want to be discussing is, you know, that the Planned Parenthood, they're now saying these Planned Parenthood videos have been debunked, that they've been discredited, that they were somehow manipulated, I suppose. I just want to show the audience, because time has passed, this is what got people so upset about these videos. These are two examples. Watch.
So then you're just kind of cognizant of where you put your breast bursts. You try to intentionally go above and below the thorax so that, you know, we've been very good at getting parts on liver because we know that, so I'm not going to crush that part. I'm going to basically crush below, I'm going to crush above, and I'm going to see that get out intact.
If you want to pursue this mutually, I'll mention this to Ian in terms of how he feels about using a less crunchy technique to get more whole specimens.
Do you ever feel like the outrage is saved up for people like you who have sincerely held beliefs, even if they don't believe with them, agree with them? It's saved up for people like you who espouse them, as opposed to trying to understand why about half of the country has a real problem, if not with the abortion procedure, which does stop a beating heart, then with the callousness with which those women discussed it, which was so bad even the president of Planned Parenthood had to come out and apologize for it.
Yes, well, isn't that the case? And isn't it also true, if you look at every poll, what you will find is the majority of women, the majority of young people, the majority of Americans now believe that abortion for any reason at all after 5 months is wrong. So I will call on the Senate once again to pass the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act. And I will ask all Americans who are wondering what this outrage is about to examine what the left wing's policy on abortion is. And here's their policy. Here's their platform. It is not a life until it is born. Most Americans disagree with that.
Carly Fiorina, thank you.
Thanks, Megan.